All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're all having a great day. And today I kind of just want to go over like the Yankees first base situation in particular. I want to break down what I have as four main candidates who will be the Yankees first baseman in 2022. And the only job for you guys is to comment down below and let me know who you want to be the Yankee first baseman this coming season. And yeah, drop a like on this video, subscribe if you are new, and let's get into it. Starting out with the most recent guy to play first base for the Yankees, and that is Anthony Rizzo. And he's 32 years old, free agent, obviously. And yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say he's no longer in his prime because he's still a solid player for sure. He put up solid numbers last year, was an above average offensive bat, still above average defensively as well. But, you know, compared to the next three guys that we're going to talk about, he's probably the closest to mediocre when it comes to offense. But we saw it last year, right after he was traded. He still is very much an impact bat. And for me, it's kind of just a matter of how much he'll cost. The fact that there are other teams out there that probably will give him 4 years, that would make me kind of weary about him. Because I think if the Yankees, who are definitely interested, that's quite clear by now, if the Yankees and Rizzo were to come together on an agreement, I think it would have to be probably around 3 years in like the $40-45 million range, about $15 million a year. So a 4-year deal for Rizzo, I'm good off on that. But I will say overall, I am okay with the Yankees bringing back Rizzo, but as long as they spend a lot and acquire a lot more elsewhere. If you're getting Rizzo, you better hope you're getting me Correa, you're getting Brian Reynolds too, or like Ketel Marte, something like that. You have to make a lot of supplemental moves. You got to add 2 more impact bats on top of Rizzo. That's my take on him. Moving on, Luke Voit. Now, out of all four, this one is the only one I listed under the hate category under my notes right here, and that is because, and I love Luke Voit, I really do, and he's certainly a productive offensive bat. He's not good at defense, and that's a big problem for me, and I think for the Yankees this past year, which we'll get into. But yeah, I mean, he's kind of the main problem with Voit is that he's exactly what we already have had too much of over this entire core, really, and that's right-handed power bats. We don't need what Luke Voit is right now. Now, that's not to say Luke Voigt's a bad baseball player. No, he's a terrific hitter. He really is. And when healthy, whichever team he's on next year, because I think he's going to be traded, I think he's probably going to be like a 130 OPS plus guy and probably hit 35 homers, maybe even 40. But I just do not think the Yankees are a better team with Luke Voit as their first baseman in comparison to the rest of these three guys. I think he will be traded once the lockout is over, but we'll have to see. Moving on, Freddy Freeman, who I would absolutely love, and I'm sure you guys all would as well. It's funny. It's kind of been just assumed that he's going back to the Braves, and I don't really understand why, because as it is with most free agents, like 97% of them all, they're going to go to where they get the most money. Now, I will say, if, say the Dodgers are offering him $250 million, the Braves are offering him $245, then all right, chances are, he probably will just eat the $5 million and go back to the Braves. But what this all means is that the Yankees, because it will ultimately just come down to money, they have a shot like they do with every single free agent. And, Freddy Freeman, he's arguably the best first baseman in all of baseball. He's coming off a solid year, by the way. Hit 300, 393 on base, 503 slugging, 133 OPS plus, 4.7 WAR. I mean, yeah, he is one of the best first basemen in baseball, if not the best. He's going to cost a lot for sure. Like I said, I think 100% he'll be getting over $200 million. I'm not sure. I know I use it as an example. I'm not sure he'll be getting 250, but I'd say at a minimum he's getting over 200. So, if they're willing to commit that money, great, but you can't commit that money and then say you don't have money to get a shortstop. So for me, it comes down to I would love Freddie Freeman 100%, but if you were to give me a choice between Carlos Correa for 300-something million and Freddie Freeman for 200-something million, then I 100% would take Correa. And that's because going into the next and the final guy, Matt Olson, what you can do is this. You can trade for Matt Olson, who is arguably just as good as Freddie Freeman. He's coming off the better year for sure. I just read you off Freeman's numbers, but Olson, they're even better. He had a 153 OPS plus, 39 homers, 111 RBIs, 5.8 WAR, 371 on base, 540 slugging. He had a great year. He's left-handed as well, which I'm not sure if I mentioned about Freddie Freeman, by the way. Like Freeman, Matt Olson's swing would play perfectly in Yankee Stadium. And Oakland's having a fire sale. We know that. And, this is where the trade aspect comes into play. In the Matt Olson scenario, in the world where the Yankees get Matt Olson, you can sign Correa, sign Trevor Story, however much money, and then go out and trade Matt Olson. It doesn't cost any money, it's just going to cost prospects, and you got to get rid of prospects at one point. I mean, you can't hold on to everybody. I mean, guys, remember Greg Bird? He was supposed to be what Matt Olson is right now. And, look where we are now. So not everybody pans out. You don't want to get rid of everybody. I mean, myself, I have an untouchable guy. Anthony Volpe to me is untouchable. He is. Oswald Peraza is not. Don't hold on to multiple shortstops, especially when not just Volpe, but our middle infield, like just crop of prospects that we have is very, very deep. So Peraza should be on the table. Honestly, Jason Dominguez, and I've been on the record saying this, I would trade Jason Dominguez for Brian Reynolds straight up. Want to know why? Because Brian Reynolds is what I hope Jason Dominguez turns out to be. But that's another video for another time. We're not talking center fielders. Point is, you got to be willing to give up prospects to improve this team. And with Oakland, you can hopefully attach a starter to this trade as well. So you can get Matt Olson, and then you can get either Sean Manaea, you can get Frankie Montas, who's probably is my number one, and then Chris Bassett. Out of those three, yeah, Frankie Montas is probably my number one, but I would take any of those three guys. Imagine how much the team would be improving, because under this scenario, we're getting a shortstop, either Correa or Story, and then we get Olson and we get a starter. So there's my answer. I think the number one option should be Matt Olson, just because I know how the Yankees operate. Now, like, if I knew the Yankees, if they signed Freeman, would still go out and sign Correa for $300-something million or Story for, $35 million a year, then all right, word, give me Freeman. It's just I kind of know how the Yankees operate, or maybe I'm just, I don't know, have recency bias, and I don't know, but I feel like the Yankees, they'll start to act cheap. They'll get one big contract and feel like that just pleases us Yankee fans, when in the end, all we want is the best product on the field. And if they were to give Freddy Freeman that amount of money and not give Correa that amount, but if they got Matt Olson, give Correa that amount, that latter option makes them a better team. Does that make sense? I don't know. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Who do you want? Do you want Anthony Rizzo? Do you want Luke Voit? Do you want Freddy Freeman? Or do you want Matt Olson like I do? Let me know down in the comment section below. Drop a like on this video if you enjoyed. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Let's go, Yankees.